what is GI? It's not only a mark of the origin. Normally you imply geographical indication that a product coming out of a particular geography. But it also gives unique identity. It also indicates that it's a heritage product that is from that particular area. It also defines the craftsmanship and also indicates the cultural richness. It's also, it has a sense of vocal for local. That's what our Prime Minister says, vocal for local. That means the local thing is being publicized, going global. And then make in India, that this particular product is actually of Indian origin. So the legal side is that it's not new. Legal side is that Indian Parliament in fact enacted this act, the Geographical Indication of Goods in form of Regulation and Protection Act on 30th December 1999. That is where it was enacted. GI rules were formed 3 years after that, because first Parliament has to come in and then the rules are formed, the final point of GI. They were formed in 2002 and Act came into effect on 15 September 2003. That's the process. And after enactment, many people would have said maybe today that Darjeeling tea was the first product that got the GI. This is the photograph of the document released by Parliament. That how on 30th December 1999 this document was released. This document has 9 chapters, various chapters: preliminary, registration conditions, procedures, duration, effect of. I won't go into the details of it to bore you, but I'm just telling what that documents of 1999 contains. Now the benefit, why GI? Why GI? Basically for the students, I must tell you that it is something like a patent. GI is something like a patent, but the difference is patent belongs to one individual or one company or one organization, whereas GI belongs to the whole area which fall under that particular geographical area. Like Darjeeling tea, I said, now Darjeeling tea belongs to everybody who is in Darjeeling area. So it's a patent. In fact, in other words, Darjeeling tea is a patent for every individual who falls in the Darjeeling area. So the main difference between patent and GI, that patent belongs to one individual or one organization. GI belongs to everybody in that area. So it's a kind of a community patent, you can call it. Then the country can protect the unlawful use. Like I'm agriculturist, so I will be citing examples only from agriculture or plants. You know, basmati belongs to India and Pakistan. But then Americans, they filed so many patents to use basmati, that it belongs to them. They will. So that was unlawful use. And India and Pakistan both together had to fight court case in international court to get that removed, that no, it doesn't belong. The rice check company of US had nothing to do with basmati. It belongs to India and Pakistan. So, not that basmati could be used by them, but only it can be used only by India and Pakistan. And further, India defined its own area. And you know, basmati is GI area for 7 provinces, including 34 districts of Western UP, not Eastern UP, Western UP. So those areas, they have that kind of a patent right that we can grow it, we can produce it, we can market it. Then consumer gets quality product, like so many kind of tea. But if Darjeeling tea when we was given GI, because the Darjeeling produce it as a kind of an aroma which is very unique to Darjeeling area. So the consumer, if you are buying a Darjeeling tea with a GI mark, that means you are getting that particular quality. Then consumers interest is ensured that for a long time, today or even after 10 years, and you know, GI has a lifespan of 10 years. You heard patents have different lifespans, but GI has a lifespan of 10 years. Once you patent it, you registered GI, it's valid up to 10 years. Unless you renew it. You can renew it for another 10 years. And like that, you can keep on renewing 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. So after 10 years, you can renew it. So during that period, consumers, their interest is fully protected. So, as informed, head office in Chennai, GI application is filled and it can be submitted first only to the Chennai office, and then it can be handled in the respective area, say Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi. They can handle the application depending on from which area GI application was filed. GI registration is much simpler than the patent application. There's a format, and if you go on the website, you can just fill in, complete it, name of applicant, address, type of goods, what are the specification of the good, name of the GI, that what you want to give, description of goods, geographical area for where it can be produced, proof of origin, that's important. How do you prove that this particular product originated only in this area? Or if it is produced elsewhere, it won't have that quality. That you have to prove, and that's a little tricky. Method of production, that also includes it. Uniqueness, what is unique about that product? And then inspection body, there is a body created, in application itself you have to name the person. Like so and so from this organization, they would be. There are 34 classes, but I'm more concerned about the agricultural things. So the class of GI for agriculture, 29th class is meat, fish, poultry, processed food. 30th class, coffee, tea, rice, preparations of flowers and spices. 31st, fresh vegetables and flowers. 32nd, non-alcoholic drinks, beer and beverage. Now this list is growing faster these days because foreign companies, they are coming in and they are filing GI for their alcoholic beverages in India because alcohol consumption is growing very fast here. Tobacco and smokers item on class 34. So you have to write in your application to which class your product belongs. Then the application has to be sent hard and soft copies to this address in Chennai to the registrar, and there's a big process that starts. You can't read it from a distance, but I just say that once the application is filed in the registrar's office, then it will go through the examination, and whether it is accepted or it will be rejected right there. Or if there are some contestant that okay, this particular GI should not be granted to this product for this person or this area because of reasons so it can be contested and given. Anyway, if it is clear, GI would be given. And here is the screenshot of the website of the GI where GI is filed. The application status, you can keep on check where is my application, the registration process, registration class of GI, and the right to Information Act, all that is there. So, status of GI registration in Indian states, the total till December, 31st December 2004, till last month, there were 669 GI grants, GI applications were granted. 669. And in fact, UP, which I tried in bold letters, it has 56. So more than UP is in Tamil Nadu. Otherwise, UP, you can say in other words, UP is the second highest GI applications. Date-wise, these are the applications given, and the total of 669 GI applications have been granted. Now, there are some debatable issues, and I like to open up your mind, your thinking. There is a word in agriculture that is a farmer's variety. There are many varieties cultivated by the farmers since generations. So, what will happen? Should they get GI or should they not get GI? And the ruling has been that since farmer, they have been cultivating those varieties since generations. That means they are virtually the owner. And if they can prove this variety in particular area produces the best quality, and we are the owners of this variety. So that particular area, not one person, it's not patent, it's a GI. So the farmer has to tell that, okay, my variety is also cultivated by, in this district, by that farmer, that farmer. So the whole area will get GI for that purpose. So in fact, farmers' variety, they should get more. And that is our deficiency. That our farmers, they are not filing much of application for the farmers' variety. Farmers' variety could be hundreds of them. Hundreds of applications could be filed because these farmers' varieties, they have very peculiar quality. Somebody came the other day to my house and claiming from Bihar. He said, this variety, ये जो variety है, वो भूजा के लिए बहुत अच्छी है. जो दूसरी variety है, वो चिवड़ा के लिए बड़ी अच्छी है. तो हमने कहा इसको application को फाइल क्यों नहीं करते हो? कि अगर ये चिवड़ा के लिए है, बहुत अच्छी है, तो उसको आपको GI मिलेगा. And your farmers, they can benefit for that. So farmers are not filing that because awareness नहीं है. There is no. So our job is to generate awareness that please, you are sitting on gold mine. File it. I'll cite this case with my own example. Okay. So summarily, farmers' varieties which are unique, they are liable to be given a GI status. There is another word that is called TRIPS in short. Trade-related aspects of intellectual property right. TRIPS. What's the difference between the TRIPS and the GI? In fact, TRIPS defines the status, the quality of GI, which should be put in. So it was negotiated in Doha that let TRIPS define the parameters on which GI should be filed. So that way, the Article 22 of Doha Round that defines so that people cannot use it illegally. Later on I will illustrate all these points, but I am just defining some of the rules. Then Article 23 it is that was debated in Uruguay, and it provides the legal framework that what could be in ground of invalidation of the due to TRIPS. Then trademark, that's another word. All these words since morning I am sure you must be hearing all that. Trademark and GI. Trademark is on a particular product, belongs to a particular individual, like Coca-Cola.